These are memories of John White.
Oh.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah, I'm John White. Right. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I'm John White.
You see, we've got a golfer teeing off. That's actually you swinging the club there,
That is.
because you are a former golf pro.
That's exactly right.
And you bring a lot of your athleticism to your work.
I do. I use that as a source material for lots of sculpture and painting.
The water went down in the river, so what I did was kind of recreate that. This imagery here is like a tornado coming down in the middle of town.
Performance art, the way it's defined, is basically it operates in between painting and sculpture and theater and dance.
But then you continued this performance art over to your paintings and the work you're doing now, right?
Sometimes they really get close to, and I mesh them. Sometimes I do scores for movement, almost like large maps, and the maps themselves become paintings. And the maps can also be used as choreography notations for movement and theater works. And so when I say private, in some ways, it depicts the nature and the difficulty of people coming to an arrangement like this. And these are abstract arrangements, and these are things out of context. You see the little chess players in the bottom there, and you see some of the picture of the fish.
Mesh, lots of mesh, keeps things out, keeps out bugs, keeps out the light sometimes. Dark. Private eye, private parts, private eye see things. They see things, sees. Scores, sports scores, golf scores, 4. Was 4 score and 7 years ago, 4 score, that's 80. Fishing in a river, that's an angler. Fishing for, what else? What is it? The 3 thing. What is that? A tripod? Trident. That's 3. 80 plus 3 plus 4. That's 87. That is the age of John White, who is, he sees angles, sees through the angles, sees the angles in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah! Let's go!
We love you.
Glass noise, glass noise.
We don't throw anything away in our house. As a matter of fact, it's an interesting little play between my wife and I. She tries to sneak past the studio and dump things into
She
the
does.
garbage, and I always go into the garbage and check it out before it ends up. And so I recycle things.
I see.
It's more a recycling approach. Don't take your pants off. You can't take your pants off in my class. We're gonna do it anyway. Okay. Well, if you're gonna do it well. Being on the floor, that's art. So I have to really be there to tell a story, and they're very private.
And you tear it all down afterwards?
And after the show, it's thrown down.
Do you like the spirituality of your work, or do these fall here?
I find myself in the center of things a lot, in my actions and my activities. I find that image, if that's some kind of spiritual attachment, that it's part of me. It's just mine, basically. It's something I can identify with.
But you, as an artist, don't really think about spiritual things.
I do not.
Okay, well that's really interesting to me, because to me I see that it goes beyond normal everyday life with the symbols in your work, and symbols always were a bridge to the subconscious and to mythology.
I think that source material is art sources almost everywhere. It can be in anything.
And so I was a professional skier in the 50s, and so I was skiing down the hill, and I fell into a pond, right down, and actually I thought I was, and the fish were going over the top of me.
Purchase these as a whole on
Yes, they do. These are saleable pieces. If they don't sell, I will take them apart and rearrange them and try and put them in different arrangements and use the props for something else.
So it's very creative.
Thank you. Or another purpose for the show. is to revitalize the memory of him, because in the back of my mind was it that he was not to be forgotten.
That's wonderful.
As a golf pro, before I was an artist, you kind of like channel or focus your shot to the green and don't see anything else. And as an artist, I've decided that you have to show everything. So it's a combination between being the golfer who doesn't try to notice any hazards, and the artist which depicts all the hazards.
And some dancers are moving in a circle round and round and round and round and round, making some kind of noises. The spots on stage here. Possibly a movement would be to maybe take their finger and stick it in their mouth like this and shake it and read it, and as one was doing a thermometer when they're trying to find out what the temperature is, and kind of like walk around like this, and you walk around and spin around this way, and it's a kind of like an abstract dance movement for a dancer that would make it mysterious, and they possibly go down to where the audience is located and continually go through the audience waving their hands. Choice, boys glass, lassie.
Seems like it has a lot of male energy in it.
Male energy. Sees the tornadoes are male, and there's a female and a tornado, I don't know. As the 3 eggs roll down the street, oh boy, we have the birth of the nation.
I was telling a story about how my mother said if I naturally played with myself, I'd become a tailhead. Table, white table. I'm singing the Star Spangled Banner, so I mean, I'm not a singer, not a trained singer, but if you put something over your head, the audience gives you more of a liberty. Noisy, white. That's noisy, but it's white noise. Here I am getting a golf ball, and 4.
Just tell me what you want me to do with it, and I'll make a religion out of it.
John, I want to thank you for telling us about performance art and also about your art and your show and your ideas about things.
Wonderful.
Thanks so much.
That concludes the demonstration segment on how one can take direct experience and transfer it into an art experience.
At the twilight's last gleaming. Thank you. You guys are amazing.
You're amazing.
John loved Ventura. He lived by the 5x5, and he absolutely loved you.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen.
Ventura loved him back.
Yes.
And I hope that you will take home some of John's balls.